Hello, this is Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and I had a question from a viewer in one of the comments a while back, and I hadn't really checked out an answer until just recently, or I started checking it out. Anyway, here's some things I found that would cause people to ask that question. He said, how come I can't get my DJI goggles to let me view at 720p at 60 frames per second? Because if you go online and look for a screen display, the screen display of the DJI goggles, I found this one in some Google images, and if you look down there, you'll see where it says 720p at 60 frames per second. And so you would think, oh, okay, that should be available. And then also, if you go if you go into your settings, which we will in a moment, the smooth mode, which is called 720 at 60 up there, that's grayed out, and you can't click on it. And so I got to thinking, well, let's see if we can figure out something to answer that question. And so I did, and I think I have an answer, but we'll just basically say currently that mode is not available. Now you can get on YouTube and you can look at videos that are back in 2017 and older videos, and they had that available, but it's not available now. And so let's just go to the video I made. I'm pretty excited. I was able to figure out how to make a screen recording, not flying, but a screen recording of the menus. And so that's going to come in real handy, because if you have questions about menus, I should be able to put up a video to show you how to get through where you need to go. So let's take a look at that. All right, I think I figured out a way that I can do a screen recording and show you a few things that comes in on the screen of the goggles. So we're not flying right now, we're just sitting in my office, and I'm going to try to make it work like it's supposed to. I don't know what that was, but anyway. All right, so when you put on the goggles, usually, whoops, let's get out of there. I did the wrong thing. Usually, it'll be on the camera like that, okay, down at the bottom. And so we want to go in, and I want to show you some things. I had a question about whether, well, let's just do it here. We'll go back like this, and then we'll tap. And then we go into settings, and actually we're on HD right there, so we'll just tap. Yeah, all right, so we're going to go this way, and this way, and this way, and this way. Now we're at the right place. Okay, everything's upside down to me. So anyway, here are the different modes: smooth mode, HD mode, and normal mode. Now, if you get online, you can look at some other videos. They show that smooth mode is actually available, and that's 720p, and it's 60 frames per second. But no matter what you do, you cannot choose, cannot select that currently. All right, you can find some videos on YouTube that show that being used, but they're a couple years old. And so to fly in HD mode, you come down. Let's see, we got to come down. Come on. There we go. We come down to HD mode, and that's 1080, and that's what the goggles see, okay? The goggles see that. And that will transfer to your controller and change the settings on your camera from the drone. So what I do is I go to 1080p and I select that, and then I have to go back to my controller and go back to 4K if I want, or 2.7. But anyway, so you would select that. Now there's also normal mode, which is 720p, and it'll come up to that by default unless you change your settings. So let's go back to HD mode, and then we'll tap it. All right, and then we want to come down to save settings and confirm. So we save settings and confirm, and then we can get out. Let's get out of there. Okay, then we can get out of the menu, and back to flying mode. And you can see down at the bottom it says 1080p at 30 frames per second. And so that's the menu that we have. And then, of course, you can also go up to well, let's just tap that. Okay, that gives you some options to tap fly and so forth. I haven't tried any of those, and they don't interest me, so we'll go back down. Well, we got to get out of there. You punch the bottom button on your goggles, and that'll get you out of there. And now we're back to the normal screen, and we'll come down. And then if you come down to the very bottom and then scroll sideways, if you tap that, then you start recording. The drone starts recording on its camera. One video said that starts a screen recorder, and it doesn't. So anyway, and then we go on over, and now we can take a picture. If we that'll set it to take still pictures, and we can go back to the normal settings here. And you can go in there, and you can also set your camera settings remotely. But I won't go into that because I don't. I do all my camera settings on my with my phone or my tablet, so it's just a lot easier that way. Anyway, I don't know how well this video is going to come out. That's the way the screen looks when you fly with your goggles. And let's see, I can scan around. Now, let's take a look at my carpet. I've got it sitting on the carpet. So scan down, and there's the carpet that my drone is sitting on. And we can scan up and go above the black cardboard that I've got. I guess you can't go any higher than that. Anyway, so that's how it works, and I hope this comes out. And I want to thank you for watching this part anyway. And God bless. Okay, well, that was the best I could do to get a screen recording. And like I said, if you have questions about the screen menus, I can put up a video now on how to walk through them. So I'm glad about that. But bottom line is that option of 720p at 60 frames per second in the goggles is not available. And so you can't, and by the way, as I said in the video, if you change the settings in the goggles, it will transfer to the DJI Go 4 app. And so you have to, like if you want to record in 4K, but the goggles are set to 1080p, when you switch to when you set up 1080p on the goggles, or whenever you turn on your goggles at 1080p, it's gonna transfer that to your DJI Go 4 app. So what I have to do is pull up my goggles and look down at my phone and go back into camera settings and put it back to 4K, which is kind of inconvenient, but that's the way it's set up right now. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching, and as I said, if you have any questions on menus, I can put up a video now. I've got a nice little setup that makes it possible. So thank you for watching, and God bless.